So anyway, what we're here to talk about is obviously something you knew kind of was coming, and that is that we want to talk about some projects that we're going to undertake here. And let me preface that by saying that we went to the Big Ten meetings about 3 months ago. And that was when we were in a formative stage, and we really hadn't decided, how the Big Ten was going to be split up, divisions, whatever. And Jim Delaney, as is his nature, likes to operate first with principles. And so I was interested in what those principles were. Number one was competitive balance. And number two was preserving rivalries. And number three was geographical location. And so it's kind of interesting because as they began to develop these themes, they'd done some research and they said, well, there are four programs that over the last 25, 30 years, if you look at winning percentage, if you look at conference championships, national rankings, there are 4 teams that are in the top tier. And they mentioned Penn State, they mentioned Ohio State, and they mentioned Michigan, and they mentioned Nebraska. And so it's not by coincidence that we are playing all 3 of those teams that are in that echelon, in that upper echelon, and we're going to play 2 of them every year, and we're probably going to have Ohio State a fair amount of time. Now the interesting thing about those 3 teams is they all have stadiums that seat more than 100,000 fans, and they all have budgets over 100 million. One of them has a budget of about 125 million. And so that puts us in pretty fast company. And I really don't particularly subscribe to the theory that you got to keep up with the Joneses all the time, but you better at least be in the league. And so we did a market survey, and our people in development, Paul Myers and his staff, and we found that there was a fairly strong demand for at least 5,000 more tickets in the stadium seats. And so what we're proposing to the Board of Regents, and we have gone first to the Business Affairs Committee and presented to them, but we have not. I want to make sure you understand that none of this has been approved by the Board of Regents. And until they approve it, nothing happens. And kind of a little bit of the cart ahead of the horse. We normally don't do this until the Regents have approved, but we do feel that it involves public perception, it involves our fans, and so we want to spend a little time educating people in terms of what we're trying to do, even in advance of the Board of Regents meeting next week. So that's what we're about. So anyway, in view of that market survey, we feel that we can safely add 5,000 seats to the stadium, and the only logical place is on the east side. And so we would envision about 2,000 to 2,200 club seats, 30 skyboxes. I think Paul Myers has fairly strong agreements on at least 30 already, and probably more than that. These skyboxes will be a little bit different than the ones on the west side, in that they will also have some outside seating, which seems to be something that people like very much. And so they'll be a little bit different, and we think we can sell those rather quickly. And then there will be an additional 2,800 odd season tickets. These would not be club seats or any kind of preferred seating. And so anyway, that's the project. And